Hi guys, Mike back again with a little bit of a look at some terrain I picked up recently. Well, not so recently really, but some terrain that I've put together and painted recently. Those of you that have watched some previous videos will know that I am getting into a game called Spectre Operations, which is a modern warfare type game. And I want to build a board for it, and on that board I'm going to need some scenery. So at the moment, I'm trying out some scenery from Knights of Dice, which is a company based in Australia, and he puts out some really nice looking terrain, really nice buildings, different themes. I'm interested in. He's got a video showing a dock kind of scene with a warehouse and shipping crates and containers and stuff, and I kind of want to build a board like that. It just looks really cool, and I think it would be good for some games. So I've not had any Knights of Dice scenery in the past, and I just wanted to pick up a few little bits just to see what it was like, how it went together, how it painted up, and we'll go from there. So I just wanted to show you what I've done so far. So like I say, before spending out any big money, I picked up some refrigerated shipping containers, which I shall just get. They're still in the packet. I haven't built them yet. So I've got some refrigerated shipping containers, which look really cool. You get two. There's sort of 4 sprues. So one is across 2 sprues, I'm assuming. So I've got that. Picked up the pallet jack and pallets, which is really cool, and I've put them together. Again, didn't take long at all. So I've not painted these yet, but I'm going to. My experience of MDF terrain is basically foreground at the moment, and that comes pre-painted. And like I think I've said before, that you obviously you can go in and repaint it or weather it or whatever you want to do to it. But I haven't bothered for my dead man's hand stuff. But all of this stuff from Knights of Dice is bare MDF laser cut. Goes together really nicely, and it's really clever the way it's designed, how it all goes together. So all the joints are hidden. The way that it goes together, it's really cleverly designed. So 5 pallets, which went together very quickly, and a little pallet jack. That's really cool. And having worked in a supermarket back in the day, I remember these pallet trucks, pump trucks, whatever you want to call them, where you pump the handle and it lifts it up. And the good thing about this set is that the pallet jack accommodates the pallets, which should be obvious, but that might not necessarily be the case. So we could stack up all of our pallets potentially. I'm sure that's a health and safety breach there, but yeah, it's really cool, really nice. So yeah, cheap and cheerful. I'm going to paint these up, see how we go. So I'm hoping to get a similar finish on these. Again, I'll paint this sort of metal and kind of rust it and weather it. So, obviously the paint will be worn off the edges where it's been sliding into pallets. But it's just a really cool little build. Really cool little build. Anyway, so that's that. Should also mention that the instructions, if you need them, are online on the Knights of Dice website. And it just shows you how to put them together. Very easy to follow. The pallet and pallet jack obviously only needed a sheet. The refrigerated container instructions, they're over 4 pages. I'll just give you a show of those. So if you want the refrigerated containers, so we've got a bit more in-depth instructions there, but we'll see how we go. So that's that. So painted stuff. I bought the shipping crates. They come in 1, 2, 3, 4 flavors, and you get 6 crates in total. So you get, these are painted, but come basically bare MDF. So that's your bare MDF exemplar, if you like, and then these shipping crates. So just painted them up, wood effect basically. So you get 2 little ones, and then you get 2 larger ones. These are really chunky. They don't feel like wood when you've painted them, even though they are wood and they are painted up to kind of look like wood. They feel like resin. I think they sound like resin as well. Like they could be resin, but anyway. But they are MDF. Go together in several parts actually. There's like an inner skin, and then you put these outer bits on, you glue the outer bits on to kind of give it a bit of a you know, nicer finish, and to hide all the little tabs, which is cool. So you get two medium-sized ones, you get like a flat one, so that's cool, and then you get the big boy, you get the big one. So, but yeah, just really nice, really cool. Went together quickly, and again, just for like stackable terrain and stuff, you know, to have your down the docks in my dock type of scenario, you know, with my guys hiding behind crates and stuff, and some pallets stacked up or falling over or whatever, and you know, the pallet jacks there too. You know, I don't know. It's just going to be real. It's going to be cool. It could be crates on pallets ready to go. You know, then we've got the container there. It's like, you know, it's got some pallets stacked up, and he's, you know, off to the, you know, get them loaded up somewhere. But it's just really, really cool. Really nice bit of scenery. Again, cheap and cheerful. Like I say, they're based in Australia, and you can order direct, but the postage, clearly from Australia to the UK, is prohibitive. In my opinion, it is just expensive, and that's just the way it goes because it's international shipping halfway around the world. So there is I'll put a link at the bottom. I'll put a link for Knights of Dice anyway, so you can go and look at the range. But there's a UK based company called Shiny Games. Not sure where they're based. And I don't think you can go and visit them, but they've got an online store, and they sell the Knights of Dice terrain. And like I say, they've got the waterfront stuff. They've got Chinatown. They've got Aftermath for kind of a post-apocalyptic type stuff. They've got like a futuristic city, Neo City. Oh, I can't remember what it's called, but it's like a Blade. If you wanted to do a Blade Runner board, I mean, it's beautiful. They've got like neon inserts for the buildings and stuff. What else have they got? They've got Century City, which is kind of a 1920s, 30s type look of and feel of buildings as well. But just a really, really decent range. Decent money. Oh, and they've also got the Tabula Rasa range, which is basically shells. Shells of buildings. And again, for my Spectre Operations, I'm doing a dockside board first, but I also will probably do some sort of Middle Eastern board, and their range of Tabula Rasa buildings, shell type buildings, they're kind of Middle Eastern adobe type buildings, and you know, you can weather them up and put spackle and filler on them to make them look like they're made out of mud and stuff, or have got mud coverings, and then paint them up. But they're really, really cheap, really cheap. So I'm going to continue building some Knights of Dice scenery. Like I said, I'll paint up the pallets and the pallet jack. I love these. They're just so cool. Just really, really nice. And I'll build up and paint the refrigerated containers as well. And I'll give you a little look-see about how they look when I finish them. So that's it. A little bit of a look at Knights of Dice. I really like it. Anyway, so that's it for this one, guys. Catch you on the next one. Cheers.